My name is Rachel, and in 2003, I weighed 80 pounds more than I do now. A lot of weight loss stories tend to focus on the before to after moments, but that's not what I'm here to tell you. For me, the moments after I lost weight were, and still are, the most transformative. This is my after the after weight loss story. The things I've learned about body image, society, and ultimately myself since dropping 80 pounds. And no, I'm not going to tell you to just keep a handful of almonds on you at all times. I gained a lot of weight in high school without really noticing it. Mostly it was due to depression, anxiety, medication, a lack of knowledge about nutrition, and a decrease in activity. The lack of activity came from the depression and anxiety, and also from the fact that having huge boobs makes it really hard to work out. It's August 2003. I've just graduated high school and I'm having a breast reduction surgery. I lose 10 pounds during my recovery week, probably from not having much appetite, not because they removed 10 pounds of boob weight. I moved to Chicago to start college. I joined a gym. I figure not having huge boobs will make it easier to exercise. I learned to cook healthier foods for myself. I didn't have a bad emotional relationship with food before. I simply ate highly processed, high-calorie food because I didn't realize how bad it was for me. I start losing weight. There's no come-to-Jesus moment with my diet. No timeline, no event I'm trying to slim down for. I only have a vague idea of my target weight. It's just chill. I begin school. I keep losing weight, a pound or two a week, slow and steady. I lose around 60 pounds. Suddenly I'm within 10 to 15 pounds of what I believe at the time should be my target weight. And this is where things start to go off the rails. At my highest weight, I accepted my body. I believed I was attractive and desirable, and I knew I was a valuable and worthwhile human being. Suddenly I'm within reach of this arbitrary number that I believe will make me hot by society's definition. And I start to buy into the fantasy that all of my problems, particularly dating problems, can be solved if I lose the remaining weight. And I really want to get there. My weight starts to fluctuate, a lot. It's a cycle that repeats itself over and over. I want to catch the attention of some dude. I assume I need to lose weight, so I crash diet. I lose weight. I maybe get some attention from the guy, but it never really works out. I'm sad about the guy, so I go out with my friends to cheer myself up. I drink a shitload of tequila and beer, and don't forget about hangover food. My weight goes up. I realize my sorority spring formal is coming up. So I start crash dieting and the cycle starts all over again. The summer before my senior year, I lose about 15 pounds in 3 months. My weight had already been down from my annual pre-formal crash diet, but I take it even further. I lose that 15 pounds because I'm sad and angry about a relationship not working and believe that being thinner will, I don't know what I believe, honestly. I don't really want this guy anymore. I just want insurance that the next time I fall in love, the object of my affection will have to love me back because I'll be hot. Really sound logic, I know. At the beginning of my senior year, I'm thinner than I've ever been and look dramatically different compared to a few months earlier. I'm not totally unrecognizable, but I don't look like the person I've looked like the entire time my college friends have known me. And no one knows how to react. People begin commenting on my weight loss. They're not bad or mean. In fact, I'd imagine they're intended to be compliments. But having people openly talk about my body begins to feel invasive. People tell me,
"Wow, you look so skinny."
And it makes me feel anxious, like I'm on display, or like gaining my weight back would make me a failure. It sucks. I recognize that the approach I'd used to lose weight during the spring and early summer was actually bad for me, and I self-correct. I begin eating a healthy, if somewhat strict diet, and have a reasonable and sustainable exercise routine. And I actually start to feel happier at that point, in part because I feel beautiful, but mainly because I finally moved on from that guy. I have a ton of fun with my friends, start dating like 3 guys at the same time, and generally love life. But within a few months, I learned that my weight loss can't protect me from heartbreak, and nothing about being thinner makes me somehow more equipped to handle the fallout. By the time I graduate that spring, I'm binge drinking and binge eating. I'm not taking care of myself in any way, I have no confidence, and I'm generally just being a lost and miserable 22-year-old mess. I put the 15 pounds I'd lost the previous summer back on, along with 15 more. Post-graduation, I moved to NYC and my weight stays within about a 10-pound range. It takes another couple of years for me to fully accept my body, though. Things that help: leaving a job that sucks and a city with a reputation for being soul-crushing, moving home with my family, prioritizing eating healthy and the kind of exercise that brought me joy when I first started working out, starting a blog and writing a ton, meeting with a registered dietitian, training for a marathon, just straight up deciding I'm attractive. My weight begins to stabilize, mostly because I've stopped the destructive habits that led my weight to swing so wildly in both directions in the first place. I learn over time what's healthy or unhealthy for me depends on context. When I experience bad things in my life, I resist the urge to immediately turn to healthy pick-me-ups. Instead, I pause and evaluate whether doing yoga would be the healthy choice for me, or if going to a bar with friends would be the unhealthy choice for me. Maybe neither would. Sometimes feelings like anger and grief and stress aren't problems to be solved. I get better at recognizing what's truly good and bad behavior for me. As in, am I working out because I love myself or because I hate myself? But it takes years. Some people who have lost a significant amount of weight have this attitude of, I figured out how to live. Now I just need to do this all the time for the rest of my life. And while that might work for some people, it isn't my experience. After I lost that initial 60 pounds, and again after I lost the additional 15 pounds in college, I got very frustrated when I couldn't seem to lose more or even maintain what I lost. But I know now that it was completely short-sighted to think that my weight, hunger levels, motivation, relationship to food, ability and desire to stick to a specific diet, and definition of healthy somehow operated outside of the influence of where I was living, my workload, my income, my relationships, and my overall mental health. I learned that some things in life, lifestyle, motivation, and yes, weight, can change in ways that I can't predict. At one point, I experienced something so stressful that I lose my appetite in 10 pounds without really noticing or caring, and that totally blows my mind. I had always thought that losing weight out of grief was kind of an urban legend. It had literally never occurred to me that I personally could lose weight without trying. 15 years and 80 pounds later, give or take a few, here I am. I'd like to tell you that losing weight won't make your life better, but that's not 100% true. I'm at a point where I can go shopping and know that most stores will carry something in my size. I can go to the doctor and not have any symptoms be attributed to my weight. I'm subjected to fewer abuses than I would be if I weighed more. In many ways, my life is easier when I weigh less, and that's f***ed up. It's a truth I deeply resent. Everyone deserves to be seen as a human being worthy of respect no matter what they weigh. It's baffling to me that people still think otherwise. It's very easy to lose perspective during a weight loss journey. You don't always know if you're aiming to be the fittest version of yourself or if you're simply becoming an anxious version of your true self. Staying motivated once you reach your goal weight is also a struggle. For 10 years, I didn't struggle to find the motivation to work out. I genuinely liked it. Now that I'm at a point where I can maintain a weight I'm pretty happy with, I actually do struggle to stay motivated. Staying healthy isn't as much work as it has been for me in the past, but it's not work either. Yes, I feel pretty good about my body now, but is that dependent on the fact that I'm currently at a socially acceptable weight? Am I just one bad week away from gaining back a lot of weight? How would I feel about myself if I did? What kind of other work might I be able to do if I weren't doing the work, relatively easy as it might be, of maintaining my weight? How much of this is just the patriarchy? Can I live? And that's the thing. The answer to can I live is still a big fat I don't know. It's a question I expect to revisit as my life changes and my body changes along with it. I have a lot of answers I've learned after the after, but the main thing I know is that there's still so much I have yet to learn.